You are looking live at Lubbock, Texas, a sun-splashed Saturday in September. It's time for the home opener before an expected sellout at Jones AT&T Stadium. This is Fox College football. It's 13th ranked Oregon from the Pac-12. The Ducks visiting the Texas Tech Red Raiders from the Big 12. Gathering outside their locker room here before over 56,000 fans. They opened on the road last week against Wyoming, so they've had to wait a little bit longer than expected, but it's a sellout crowd ready to welcome them on the field where they've won 23 straight home openers. Here comes the Masked Rider and the Red Raiders. Great to see the atmosphere here in Lubbock. With Mark Helfrich, I'm Mark Followell. Thanks for tuning in for Fox College football. We're excited to bring you this great non-conference matchup. 13th ranked Oregon, Mark, they did what they should do last week, opening against FCS Portland State. But for Texas Tech, a season with a lot of expectations, stumbles out of the gate at Wyoming.
Yeah, it was a tough one, and everyone here has felt it. But it really feels like they're the right mix of confident and desperate. And that's a good thing. And then for Oregon, it's just all systems go.
So they're looking to bounce back here in Lubbock, and the bounce back starts with quarterback Tyler Shough. Now, by no means did he have a bad game last week, but he's capable of doing more than he did. He'd be the first to tell you. And by the way, he gets that opportunity tonight against the team where he started his college career.
That's right, and capable, you said it, is the perfect word. Last week he starts 6 of 6, 2 touchdowns, and then the offense just dormant. Not all on him, no, but we got to have the consistent Shough all day long to maybe have to match scores.
Well, of course, you have to talk about the quarterback matchup in tonight's game. One of the principal figures for the Oregon offense and for the team is Bo Nix, the Heisman Trophy candidate.
He is phenomenal. The elder statesman in college football, more starts than anybody else. He's fabulous. He's tough. He's smart. He's supremely accurate. And he has a boatload of weapons at his disposal in the backfield, especially Bucky Irving.
And with all of those weapons, last year, Nix accounted for over 4,000 yards of total offense, which was in the top 10 in Power 5 conferences.
Said it perfectly today, the opportunity we have. That word, opportunity, we've been talking about it all week. We have a great opportunity. To freaking cash in on that opportunity, you can't do something different. It's got to be the brand, the player coach's oath. When we talked after the game on Sunday and I talked about the player coach oath, know and do your job. You cannot make choices. Yes, sir. You know and do your job. You cannot make choices tonight, guys. If the defense says does this, you got to do that. If the play says does this on offense, you got to do that. You can't make choices or you're going to hurt your brother.
That's head coach Joey McGuire of the Texas Tech Red Raiders. His second season, 8-6 the record. He obviously wishes it was 9-5, and that probably added a little bit of extra fire to his pregame speech we just heard.
Awesome stuff, and thank you so much to Coach McGuire to let us in the locker room. Great stuff.
Texas Tech won the toss. They defer their option to the second half. Here's Reese Burkhardt, ready to kick it off here at Jones AT&T Stadium in Lubbock. Burkhardt's kick, and we're underway. The tortillas come down as they do in tradition here in Lubbock. And as that goes through the end zone, at the last second mark, there is a flag thrown down around the 40-yard line of Oregon.
Oh, says that's all right. It's 10 more yards.
Illegal equipment violation, receiving team. There were 2 players wearing number 0 participating on the play. That penalty will be declined. First down.
Yeah, the offensive line very fired about Josh Connolly Jr. Talked to a couple scouts in pregame. They love this guy already as a sophomore. And then just a plethora of weapons. Bucky Irving, every bit of 5'10", 195. A dynamic back, 2 long touchdowns runs last week.
Yeah, 50-plus yards on those touchdown runs. 4 carries, 119 yards last week for Irving, who was one of those players wearing 0 on the kickoff team.
The equipment man's nightmare, and that is very rare to see that out of an opening kickoff. That's usually an in-game thing where guys have to transition in and out.
Only 2 penalties on Oregon last week. One on the opening kickoff and they go with a chance to run for Irving, and he cuts outside. He had 250-plus yards, as we said, on touchdown runs last week. First carry of the game goes for 8 before a tackle by Dadrian Taylor Demerson.
Yeah, that 8-yard run kills his average right there, but what that does, and certainly his credibility builds up over everything else, play action pass for Bo Nix to add to those yards.
Yeah, you see the numbers for Bo Nix and all of the experience that he has, and he has his first completion of the game and the first down for the Ducks on the little pass.
Rodriguez last week, Ben Roberts and Josiah Pierre will be starting inside backers right there. You see 13 and 8 in the box. They're going to be their 7th linebacker done tonight.
Red Raiders certainly thin at linebacker. Here's Nix under pressure, officially from the 38-yard line on his second pass play of the game. And it's Tez Johnson on the incompletion on the left side of the field.
Taking a look at the defense, Jalen Hutchings, just like you and me, a 500-pound bencher, rock solid. And then the second level's where they're going to be tested. Ben Roberts, like I said, in for Jake Rodriguez. And then a back end, Tyler Owens. Watch this guy, the fastest guy on the team, 18.
Clocked at over 23 miles per hour in-game conditions. Tyler Owens. And this run, Bucky Irving. Not showing off the speed, but showing off great toughness, and the pile is driven past the first down marker, although I believe that the second down and 10 play will be blown dead 1 yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, it looked like it hesitated in mid-air there, and they're going to stop it there.
Texas Tech certainly known for their tempo on offense, but the Ducks go up-tempo, and on third down and 1, surging past the line of scrimmage. And Jalen Hutchings, that 500-pound bench press, 700-pound squat guy, makes the tackle, but it's a first down. Defensive coordinator Will Stein told us to expect certainly plenty of empty sets, and one right now for the Ducks as they've moved this out near midfield. And going up top on the throw to the back shoulder. And it's incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended receiver.
He had it. That was one, a little slot fade. So he was lined up to the inside receiver, and he can roll. Franklin, 2 touchdowns in the opener as well. Maybe lost it in the sun just a little bit and slowed down. He can run through that and help out Bo Nix, but Bo Nix knows he might have missed one.
4-2 in true road games for Oregon last season. On the road for the first time in 2023.
Unbalanced.
Looking for Ferguson, and Ferguson makes the catch, but an open field tackle is made.
A bunch of kind of slide routes, flat routes, really by both of these teams, especially Oregon, getting Ferguson in the flat. You see Josiah Pierre in his face, and a great tackle.
The previous third down was much more manageable for Oregon. The 13th ranked Ducks with a 3rd and 10 now, after previously converting on a 3rd down and 1. Empty set.
5.
And Nix under some pressure, throws low. All last week, Oregon only punted 1 time. They'll have to punt on their opening drive after the incompletion. Ball intended for Tez Johnson.
That's going to feel good here in Lubbock. Just enough pressure here on Bo Nix. They brought 5. So you got 5 one-man blocks and just a little bit of a fadeaway jumper there by Bo Nix. You see that looper coming from Bryce Ramirez. So great to see him out there.
Injury of a broken leg in a game against North Carolina State. Last week, Ross James had the only punt for Oregon. This is Luke Dunn, and a fair catch is made just inside the 15-yard line. Here's the atmosphere of the first home game for Texas Tech. And here is quarterback Tyler Shough. And here's the Red Raider offensive line.
Got a new right guard in there with Dennis Wilburn being hurt. 75, Jacoby Jackson steps in, and then Taj Brooks, 28, the primary ball carrier. We're going to get some receivers involved in the run game as well.
Nehemiah Martinez and Xavier White. It's Brooks involved, the running back, though, in the passing game. He ran for only 39 yards last week. This drive starts at the 15, picks up 6.
We talked about the quick pass to Ferguson in the flat for Oregon. There's their version. The flat, that was a 4-by-1 set right there, trying to outnumber Oregon in their defensive rules.
Numbers for Tyler Shough last week. Completed his first 6 passes in that game. Offensive Kintley said they wanted to get it just like they did last week. He completes his first, looks for his second, and some jostling down the sideline on this pass that's intended for Dre McCray.
Shough initially, as you try that right right side, another 4 by 1. Single coverage over here. You can never speed up and get that one. You can slow down. Missed. There's another 4 by 1 empty. Again, try to communicate.
7-16 last week for the Red Raiders. And here's quarterback run game. We expected to see more of this, but we certainly didn't expect this. Shough with a long shot.
You exactly waiting to see how many predetermined QB runs. Great job breaking that initial tackle. Bassa go up. And they clear here. They didn't back runs. They didn't call any runs in the time period. He checked to a QB draw. He's that game over team.
A 58-yard run officially on 3rd down and 4 for Tyler Shough. More rushing yards on that one carry.
Now they're empty look here. They're showing, they're making Oregon declare. Right now, Oregon is showing a 0 blitz. They'll adjust to it. They'll bring it back in the backfield.
Just over 4 minutes played in the first quarter. There's pressure. There's a throw. Back shoulder. And a long look at it. And it is caught for a touchdown. It's Mason Thorpe, the 6'9" tight end. There is a marker down on the play.
The 75 offense. 10-yard penalty. We play first down.
That's the new right guard, Jackson.
Pressure here, 6 rushers on 5 blockers. You can see just a little right hand, and I thought there was a little push in there at the end. That is a great catch and finish.
Brooks now in the backfield. Tharp, 27 catches in his time at Texas Tech, including 1 last week against the Cowboys of Wyoming. And Shough again calls his own number and gains the penalty yardage back. Almost 5 minutes gone in Texas Tech's home opener. Tharp was in motion, and they'll throw the inside screen, and it's caught by Myles Price. Price is tackled at the 18-yard line by Jaleel Florence, and Tatum Tudio. Texas Tech led FBS last year. 7 more than the number 2 team in plays per game. That was SMU.
It's Zach Kidley calling him to get immediately back to line of scrimmage, simulate the snap, try to get Oregon to show their hand and get the best play.
This is more like a 3rd and long, 3rd and 7. Pressure down low against Shough, but he makes the throw and the catch by Price for a touchdown. Denied once by penalty. The Red Raiders punch it in on the opening drive.
Just a great location, a safe spot, a driving ball. Tez Johnson just inside late, tries to reroute him flat-footed. That's not going to get it done. And that's a huge, huge lift for Tyler Shough. Threw a pick on that same route last week. Great response.
6 catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown, and he finds the end zone. And it's Gino Garcia. He missed 3 field goals last week, nails that extra point, and Texas Tech a hold on defense and an opening drive of 85 yards to score. The last few yards covered by Myles Price. Good form on some of the tortilla tosses by the Red Raider fans. And the home opener, they just saw the opening drive for Texas Tech offense. Goes 6 plays, 85 yards. Tyler Shough had a 58-yard run to convert a 3rd down. Myles Price, an 18-yard touchdown reception on 3rd and 7 to end the drive with the score. Another kickoff for Reese Burkhardt. And it's way past Gary Bryant Jr. and out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, offensive coordinator Will Stein. A lot of fun with Bo Nix designing things. They do a ton of these. They already have the one in the flat to Terrance Ferguson. Here's Troy Franklin coming on a little slider. Bo Nix is responsible for those 2 defenders. Sometimes it's a true RPO. Sometimes it's a predetermined make it. Right there, his buddy Gary Bryant Jr. could help him on a clean escort into the end zone, but it's a touchdown.
12 of 13 drives last week for the Oregon offense to score. The Ducks had 11 touchdowns. They punted on their first drive tonight. Noah Whittington is available and playing and lined up in the slot on the right side. He was hurt in the opening kickoff last week and didn't play after that. In the backfield is Jordan James, who had 10 carries last week. This one only for 3 yards on first down. William Jewell College, the alma mater of longtime Kansas State coach Bill Snyder.
That's good knowledge.
There's a deep throw by Nix. Got a man. Lost it in perfectly. It's caught. Streaking down the middle of the field and in for a touchdown on the
biggest receiver outside Troy Franklin, and he can fly. Great release. There's a one-on-one up top. Elects to go inside. Lux almost forced him there, trying to get into the safety help, but doesn't touch him. He's got down and touch football right there.
For a moment, Oregon, they went for two after their first touchdown last week against Portland State. They ran the swinging gate. They lined up like that for a moment, but now they're in the traditional PAT formation for Camden Lewis. And the senior from Charlotte ties the game. And Oregon's offense with a quick strike. One short run and then one long pass to Troy Franklin for the touchdown in Lubbock. 7-7. A two-play drive for Oregon, the last 72 yards to last season's leading receiver for the Ducks. Troy Franklin, 61 catches, 891 yards, 9 touchdowns last year. He has 2 this year. A great throw from Bo Nix.
Yeah, that was a dime. Go to the refrigerator. 39-second drive right there.
One drive ends in a punt. Another drive ends in a long pass play. A chunk play for 72 yards on the score. And here's the kick by Lewis. And Xavier White will down it in the end zone. Will Stein is the offensive coordinator. That's Dan Lanning. Stein in his first year on the staff after 3 seasons at UTSA. And prior to that, Jerry McGuire certainly can appreciate this. The Texas Tech head coach Will Stein was the offensive coordinator at Lake Travis High School outside of Austin. Starting at the 25. And Shough is forced out of the pocket by Taimani. Will scramble and is forced out of bounds by Jaleel Florence, but the scramble is positive for Tyler Shough.
3-man pressure and just right up the pipe. As you said, Taimani in the backfield. Shough has to get out of Dodge. So far, so good for Tech.
After not playing last week against Wyoming, Nehemiah Martinez is in the game. He can play wide out or running back. They faked it to him, and the throw down the middle is off the hands of Jerand Bradley. And the closest coverage was provided by Kyree Jackson.
Big 6'5", full cell play action pass, and this is almost a dime to Jerand Bradley. Just can't open his hands. I think that was more on the receiver than the quarterback. It's good timing, good rhythm, good location.
On 3rd down and 7. And Shough is under pressure and pulled down for a sack. Off the edge, Tez Johnson got to Tyler Shough.
Tez Johnson had trouble in coverage earlier. You want to cover well, get to the quarterback before the ball gets out. And this is a great job of getting that big 6'5", 235-pound Tyler Shough to the ground. He's all fired up.
Offensive line gave up 2 sacks last week. Rush on the punt. But it is away by the big leg of Austin McNamara. Oh, that one will come up short. Is Tez Johnson with the fair catch. So last week, the Duck had to do 546 push-ups. This was the recovery at the Oregon football facility over the week. Protein shakes, trying to, got the Theragun mark. I saw the lat pull-downs into the cold tub.
Oh, it's cool.
It was awfully cold for the Duck, but it was very hot for the Oregon offense at home at Autzen Stadium last week. 81 points, most in the modern era. And it's been over 100 years since they had a 74-plus point win, scored a touchdown on their first 9 drives. And that's right, 546 total push-ups.
Oh, amazing. Tech hopes it's just 7 tonight.
The Ducks looking fresh. So is Noah Whittington, who runs the ball, bounced off a tackle, and big play of 7 yards on 1st down before tackle by Owens.
That's the 2nd time the Duck running back has not gone to the ground and it's been whistled dead. These guys are relentless, great effort players.
The one thing that costume, by the way, doesn't show is the Duck had to have like such a pump in the biceps last week after all of those push-ups. It's good to tell. Nix under pressure, down he goes.
5 out in the route. That means there's only 5 in protection, right? The back 3 releases. Tim DeRuiter, defensive coordinator, elects to match it. Man for man, Ben Roberts, and others on the stop.
Yeah, got some pressure off the edge from the Louisiana Monroe transfer, Myles Cole, who's in his 2nd year playing for Texas Tech. And after a 7-yard run by Whittington, a loss of 3 on the sack. And it's 3rd down and 6. The Ducks, remember, only allowed 5 sacks last year, fewest in FBS. And here's a pitch into space for Whittington. And Whittington accelerates down the sideline and is bumped out of bounds. 3rd down conversion and much more.
He'd pressure, a version of a speed option play. Watch it come out right here. Great job on the perimeter. Kind of a pin pull from that 2-by-2 squeeze. Great job getting in space by Noah Whittington.
This is all the way to the Texas Tech 23.
No face mask, no horse collar for anyone thinking about that.
Taylor Demerson finally pulled him down out of bounds. Josh Connerly Jr. opened things up with a block. The sophomore from Rainier Beach High School in Seattle. And officially this is at the Red Raider 25 as Whittington sets things up. There's a pass down the left side and a catch by the transfer from Alabama, Trayshawn Holden.
Going fast there. That's kind of what Tech did against Oregon's defense. 4 out to the boundary. They can't match it in that zone.
And 3 wide to the left, and that's the direction. They look to block it on the perimeter. Franklin squeezes under a tackle, but is still 2 yards short of the on the other side of the coin. When we talked to Dan Lanning on Thursday, he said that was a real point of emphasis this offseason was to improve that is the blocking in the wide receiver room. And here's another toss. This time Jordan James. It's wide open to go into the end zone, but marker down.
Holding number 55 offense. 10-yard penalty. We play 2nd down.
Which would explain the gaping hole through which Jordan James ran.
They could drive a truck through that. And a version of that same play that Whittington had the big game. Let's take a look right here. 55, the left guard. That's the hardest block on that play. And that's an obvious one. Very similar to the call that Tech had going the other way.
Marcus Harper, the junior, Flossmoor High School.
A lot of times there you'll have that tackle block down and help out that angle. That's a tough angle for Marcus Harper.
Motion by Tez Johnson. Bucky Irving in the backfield. Irving running inside the 10. Remember the penalty pushed him back to his 2nd down and goal to go at the 12-yard line.
Bo Nix point out just out Pierre coming.
False start. Number 76 offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Only 2 penalties all game long for the Ducks last week. 2 in this sequence since they were set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, part of it's the crowd. Part of it is 8 right there. Josiah Pierce sneaking up. You see 7, Steve Linton. Defensive coordinator Tim Giroux said we gotta have a huge day. We better be saying 6 Cole and 7 Linton a lot.
Recovered a fumble last week against Wyoming, a transfer from Syracuse. He's from Dublin, Georgia. And now a timeout is called.
Texas Tech.
By the way, tonight, Bo Nix has already thrown for enough yardage to move past Texas Tech's Patrick Mahomes on the all-time college football passing yardage list.
And you can hear every Tech fan saying, well, sure, it's his 19th year. Right? Yeah.
If Bo Nix produces like he did last year, he'll reach the top 10 in college football history in passing yards. Threw for almost 3,600 last year. And he's going to throw here after the Texas Tech timeout, 3rd and goal. And it's caught by Johnson, and Johnson stretches for the end zone and scores. A reception in 35 straight games between Troy and Oregon for Tez Johnson. That reception for a go-ahead touchdown.
Saw Bucky Irving going in motion. Zero's going to clear it out. And here comes little brother getting all the way. Can't get through there if you're Braylon Lux trying to get through the fray.
Oh, and they are going direct step. Swinging gate thrown by Herbert to Ferguson to convert the 2-point conversion. They did it early in the game last week. There is a marker down, however, as Patrick Herbert
substitution. 12 players on the field for the defense. That penalty is declined. Result of the try is good.
I mean, of course, Patrick Herbert's got it in him.
Absolutely.
To throw a good pass. Oh, there's the push-ups for the Duck. So it's up to 22 push-ups.
Steve Greatwood designed every good one of these good swinging gates. Great execution there by the young Herbie. Great snap, great execution.
The push-ups have already started for the Duck. This is after a 13-yard throw and catch from Bo Nix to adopted younger brother Tez Johnson. Both from Benson, Alabama. What a special moment that was for Bo Nix and Tez Johnson. Here's Camden Lewis's kickoff. And out of the back of the, well, I believe it was Tommy Boy, where it was brothers don't shake hands, brothers got a hug.
That's
yes.
right. Yes.
And the adopted younger brother, Tez Johnson, who grew up dreaming of playing at Oregon, transferred there after 3 years at Troy. You know, when we talked to Will Stein, he said, obviously, it's been great for Tez Johnson upon transferring to Oregon to have Bo Nix there. But he said of Tez, he's just been such a great teammate, joy to be around, and really developed into an unbelievable man taking advantage of the dream to play at Oregon. Texas Tech scored first, but now they've given up 15 straight. Shough rolls and throws on first down, and behind the closest receiver, who was Myles Price.
Oregon's approach here on the drop back pass. Rush 3. Make him beat you in the pocket. Make this developing offensive line protect. Here's a look right here. Just can't corkscrew himself. And kind of a tough miss. There was a bunch of room to run after the catch right there.
Seeing another one of those players, by the way, who was out for Oregon last week. Mace Funo was part of forcing Shough out of the pocket. And now down goes Shough. Bryce Betcher. Betcher recovered a fumble last week. He jarred the ball loose. Looks like it was down. But great pressure by Betcher, blasting Shough for a loss.
That 28 dual sport athlete coming in hot on the backside, just unaccounted for in Shough's mind. I don't think he knew it at first and then realized the ball was out. They have the numbers to pick that up. They just don't recognize it. Too little, too late.
The only dual sport football, baseball player in the Pac-12 and one of 15 in all of FBS. Bryce Betcher from Eugene, Oregon, South Eugene High School.
Previous play is under replay review.
Well, the replay here would be whether or not it was a fumble, because in the continuation of the immediate action, there was a recovery by Betcher, who had a fumble recovery off a kickoff last week on special teams. There's that note about the rarity of the football, baseball, dual sport athlete at the collegiate level. So again, was Shough down and in possession of the ball?
Ball is out.
Jarred loose.
And he is down right here, so any firm control at any point by Shough. That is firm control right there, though. His bottom's on the ground. That should, I would imagine, stick with Texas Tech.
Well, let's find out more now from our rules analyst, Dean Blandino. Dean, what do you think? Is this going to stay Texas Tech ball?
This is going to stay Texas Tech's ball. This is a fumble, and they're looking at the recovery aspect of it, and you can see he does recover the loose ball on the ground. Oregon doesn't recover it. So they wanted to take another look. It is a fumble, but you're going to see right there the recovery aspect of it. Oregon has a hand on it, but you can see Texas Tech pull it away right there.
After review, the ruling on the field of a fumble and a recovery by the offense stands as called.
Texas Tech and Toledo, the only teams that bad of a turnover ratio, but still a winning record. All kinds of time. Shough, who got blasted a moment ago, has all day to throw, and there's a marker down. Now the question on this incomplete pass is the pass interference on White, the intended receiver, or is it on the defender?
I think it's beyond the defender, and you can see the hat off. That means White went out, came back in, and yeah, no question. No question that's going to be on Khyree Jackson 5 right there. If the receiver is forced out and then works back inbounds immediately.
Pass interference. Number 5, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
It's just, as you said, it's so early. It's almost like, how did that happen?
At live speed, that almost looked like a player getting pushed in the back going for a rebound by White. By the way, he's down.
Just taking a look at that protection one more time. That's a nice job. Oregon trying to bluff a 4-man rush. Just stay in a 3-man rush. Tech here with a 5-man protection, 5-on-3. Shough realizes it, says I have a little more time, and it's 3rd and 18. I'm going to take a shot. gets a free 15. Good recognition all around.
And that is a major bailout for Texas Tech facing a 3rd and 18. White's come off to the sideline. And the ball's at the 32. Martinez in motion. And a quick flare to the right side. Price, who caught the touchdown earlier, drives just past the 35-yard line. Quick snap. Shough. This time Taj Brooks catches. And Brooks up near the first down marker.
Going fast here, but that was a great job getting the ball outside. Taj Brooks get behind that big 6'8", 6'9", 270-pound tight end.
And it is officially a first down. Rodgers providing pressure. And there's another marker down on the long pass, incomplete. Tez Johnson back on coverage.
They think they can run by Tez Johnson.
Number 0, the defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
You can see him right here out of the stacked alignment. Gets a chance to get his hands on Jerand Bradley. Just too much pull, restricting 9 in this case, his ability to get vertical. Of course, he doesn't like it. No DB ever likes pass interference, especially 2-on-1 drive. Not by him, but 2.
Now in the last 2 minutes of the first quarter, Xavier White back in the game after that collision a moment ago. He's in motion. He takes a handoff, runs the ball, got hit in the backfield. Knifing in with contact in the backfield was safety Evan Williams, the All-Mountain West, 3-time All-Mountain West Conference safety at Fresno State before transferring to the Ducks.
Nice use there, Xavier White, the Dodge City Community College, coming back into the backfield. It really turns into a 2-back power, handed it off to the receiver, trying to get him in behind that big pulling guard. The Ducks responded.
Oregon up by 8. They converted a 2-point conversion on a pass from Patrick Herbert to Terrance Ferguson after the first touchdown. And here's a throw on the money. Shough finds Price. Price trying to run out of an ankle tackle. Unable to do so. Bryce Betcher hangs on. Shough had a long run earlier on 3rd down and 4. He runs it again. Quarterback draw. First down.
Another 4-by-1 formation. They run a lot of these versions of 4-by-1s as we've seen. There he sees I have a light box in the box. I can block 5 on 5. They recognize that as well. That's good to see Evan Williams back in action for the Ducks.
Williams did not play in the opener for Oregon. Their 81-7 win over Portland State.
Good job by him playing top down.
Josh Lupoy said they really have a rotation of 4 starters when you look at safety. Stevens, Addison, Tez Johnson, and Evan Williams have just made that tackle. And Williams stepping up to make contact with Taj Brooks on the running play out of bounds on the right-hand side. It is the end of the first quarter. One that started with Texas Tech getting a hold and scoring to go in front 7-0. That was the pass to Price. But since then, 15 in a row for the Ducks, and they take an 8-point lead into quarter number 2 in Lubbock, Texas.
How far can you see from Texas Tech? Some believe thousands of miles. We believe we can see farther. From here, anything is possible. As Red Raiders, we always keep our eyes on the horizon. We look to change the future, as many before us have over the past 100 years. And we believe our best is still yet to come.
Quarterbacks on the South Plains of Texas. Oh, gonna have to work on the accuracy just a little bit. 15-7.
Looks like my drive on league night.
15-7 is the lead for Oregon. Now, this is only 2nd down for Texas Tech, but they set an FBS record since available stats were kept on this from 1996 on. 33 of 52 on 4th downs last year. More on Joey McGuire's philosophy here in a moment. They're at the 29 right now, 2nd down and 6. Shough fakes the handoff, and at least for now, they won't have to think about going for 4th down because Shough converts. Got a block from Caleb Rogers to pick up the first down.
But you're right, that's where you got to think about it. If you're Zach Kittley, the offensive coordinator, you got to know, hey, 1st or 2nd down, I'm building to get to 4th and X to go for it. And if you go back to last week, they missed almost as many field goals last week as they did all of last year. We'll see which way they go to try to build the confidence of the kicker or go for it on 4th down.
So on that graphic a moment ago, they were a +78 last year. Shough running again. And he's driven backwards. A top 5 high school player in the class of 2023 in California. Some recruiting services ranked him as a top 20 player in the entire country. Here's Shough throwing, and the tight end, Tharp, using his 6'9" reach to maintain his balance, and that propels him forward for a first down to the 10-yard line. And again, tempo. The snap to Shough, fakes the pass, wedging his way through a small hole and down to the 7-yard line, but the play made by Tharp on 3rd down sustains the drive.
Again, keep in mind, this is 6'9", 270. First the hand catch, then putting his arm on the ground. If he just falls down, you lay down 6'9", that's that first down. Great effort.
They scored 3 plays later. 2nd and 7. And again, they look for Tharp, and they find him in the end zone. The big target puts Texas Tech down by 2.
Great execution. Watch the protection from behind. Hard sell, plate action pass, not an RPO. Comes off and picks up the blitzer. Just, again, a great job. Athletic by Tharp. And that guy's not little, right? That's Tez Johnson and Brian Addison combining on the tackle.
Well, it was too late. Had the post up and had the inside leverage, and they're going for 2 here. Oregon went for 2 earlier and converted, and so now a chance for Texas Tech to tie the game. And a lot of time now. Shough under duress, throws back to the end zone, and incomplete for Bradley. So Texas Tech continues to trail, but sealing the defender was Mason Tharp, and he catches a touchdown, the 4th of his time with the Red Raiders.
We signed the fastest class in the nation, and that's not a feel-good statement. You can look it up in black and white.
The game's about speed. We got to be able to run and hit and tackle and catch and block. All those things matter, but speed's one thing that's hard to change.
We've seen a lot of speed tonight. Speed manifests itself in different ways. Flat out foot speed and then driving the ball and getting off snaps very, very quickly with high tempo. Something both of these programs are known for. Touchdown drive by Texas Tech. Short kickoff, though. And a chance to run it back for Gary Bryant Jr. And Bryant, the transfer from USC, is outside the 20-yard line. Around the 21 or 2, maybe 3-yard line is where this will start. The drive so far tonight for the Oregon offense. 1 punt, 2 touchdowns.
Jumped.
This drive will sputter out of the starting blocks.
False start. Number 76 offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Second collegiate start for Josh Conerly Jr.
Just athletic, physical, big. He's from Rainier Beach High School in Seattle. They know basketball power. He's certainly representing the football side of things.
Only 10 players sent to the NBA from Rainier Beach High School. On 1st and 15. And catching it in the flat, Jordan James. James is belted by Dadrian Taylor Demerson. There are the first 3 possessions for the Oregon offense. 72-yard pass play on that 2-play 75-yard drive. Tez Johnson capped the last drive with a score. There has been a sack allowed by the Oregon offensive line in this game.
Rare footage.
Yes.
Rare footage.
Only 5 last year. They threw it 432 times. And dropped right there, just sitting down in the middle of the zone was Terrance Ferguson, and ran before he had it.
You can see his eyes. You catch the ball not with your hands, but with your eyes. See it hit your hands. Bo Nix, you can see him just calm down, settle down. And he's just eyeballing up Ben Roberts, 13 a little bit. Gives Bo Nix a wink. He says, I got you next time.
So on the other end of the field from where he flourished last year, Ferguson caught 12 red zone passes for over 100 yards, was a top 10 red zone receiver at FBS last year. Remember, this drive started with a penalty, and it will end with a 3rd down incompletion for Oregon.
Nice execution here by defensive coordinator Tim DeRuyter. Watch the pressure. I'm coming. It's pressure. It's pressure. Up. Dropping 8. Dropping 8. Bo Nix playing just a little bit too fast there, and a rare miss to the back in the flat, James.
James from Brandon, Mississippi had a 58-yard punt last week and drives Price back to the 24-yard line. 52-yard punt there. Tyler Shough and the Texas Tech offense scored the last time down the field, and they'll be back right after this. Here is Tyler Shough, and it is a first down pass, and Price bobbled it and dropped it.
Two offensive players wide open, and that is a strike by Tyler Shough. Just again, look that in all the way. On the other side of the field, they had Xavier White running free as well.
Price closing in on 1,500 receiving yards in his time with the Red Raiders. He played 3 minutes in the second quarter. And this pass is caught by Jerand Bradley, and Bradley is grabbed down low at the ankle by Jeffrey Bassa. Third down and 4.
Zach Kitley again coming back to this empty look. Oregon kind of tells you what they're going to do.
The under delay and Birch on the edge. And they collapse the pocket, and then just straight up the A-gap is Tyler Shough on the quarterback keeper for a first down.
Just a numbers game again. See 4 or 5 that I can block. There it is right in your picture. We can block those guys. Shough run off the double team. First down.
And now standing and looking and rolling. And we'll throw it to the sideline, and a little toe tap inbounds by Baylor Cupp. Now there's 12 catches with the Red Raiders last year. Look, Fungi in motion. The throw is that direction, and J.J. Sparkman dropped it. Will make sure to cover it up. I don't think that was a lateral, but does the safe thing.
Yeah, they got man. Tech had a chance here. Watch Oregon's bringing the house. Again, just eyes to that finish. Maybe a little bit on his back hit, but he sees the coverage coming. He's trying to help him out, make that play for your quarterback.
Well, the last one was what you deemed going into it, Mark, third and manageable. It was the exact same distance as what they have here, 3rd and 4.
So they're going to be close to their go, no-go here if they do need a 4th down, 4th and 3 or less, probably right here for Tech.
Yeah, looking for that magic number. And they do run it. There's a marker down. Brooks used a stiff arm to fight off a tackle and easily picks up the first down, but it's coming up.
Holding. Number 71 offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
This time, Trey McCray in motion. Transfer from Austin Peay. Shough on 3rd and 14. Flushed, running, tackled. Well short of the first down. Tatum Tuioti, Brandon Dorlus, all part of wrapping up Shough and keeping him well shy of the first down. The other thing that kept him from picking up the first down, coverage downfield.
Yeah, almost ran about it. 4 over 3 on this side. You can see the chaser on the backside. Jackson that time, nothing doing. That was a great alarm clock by Tyler Shough to get out of dodge and make something out of nothing.
In the history of the Big 12, only Oklahoma State's Quinn Sharp has a better punting average than the 45.9 Austin McNamara. And this one will check up, and that is just about a perfect punt inside the 5-yard line.
Gilbert, Arizona. That's not near Australia, right? But that was still a pretty good punt. One of the rare non-Australian punters in American football.
Yeah, I mentioned how close he is to Quinn Sharp. Going into the weekend, only 2/100ths of a yard separate the former Oklahoma State punter and his average from McNamara.
Who measures
from
that?
Being the best punter by average in Big 12 history. Who measures that? You ask a nerdy stat guy like me.
Yeah, that sounds like DuPont.
Which is 56 tonight, by the way. Nix with a handoff to Noah Whittington. This drive starts for Oregon deep in their own end of the field at the 5-yard line. And Whittington, transfer from Western Kentucky, churns for a couple.
Yeah, Whittington, again, is a hammer. 5'8", 208, but he brings every bit of it and more.
Heard on the opening kickoff last week. 3 carries in this game. Now a 4th, nowhere to go, however. Hit hard by Quincy Ledet Jr., transfer from Louisiana Monroe. Forced a fumble in the first half against Wyoming last week.
Yeah, really showed up in spurts last week. Watch 5. Right over the center. Running over the back block, shakes it. Great play. And again, Ben Roberts, we said his name a few times. He's been big thus far in place of Jacob Rodriguez.
Now, Rodriguez got injured on a play where he recovered the fumble that Ledet forced last week.
And that should have been a personal foul on that Wyoming player, by the way.
And by the way, here's a flag before the 3rd down and 6 snap ever occurs.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 58 offense. Off the distance to the goal, remains 3rd down.
That can happen when you got 6'2", 305 right over your nose, and that's Jackson Powers Johnson. Just a little hitch in his giddy up, a little illegal snap. It already happened as we lead into right there. Trust us. We saw it.
You can trust us.
Yeah. Most times.
Moves it back to the 4-yard line after the penalty on Oregon's starting center from Draper, Utah.
3-man rush.
Back into the end zone and able to drop it off underneath. But Texas Tech with that 3-man rush, they keep Noah Whittington in front of them on defense and bring him down well short of the 1st down.
Both defenses have done a nice job of showing this look right here. It's a 4-man rush. Looks like a conventional coverage to Bo Nix on the snap. They drop 8. Has to drop it down. Big stop by Reckham.
McNamara's punt pinned Oregon. Field position certainly played a part in Oregon never being able to maneuver out of the shadow of their own goalpost. Marker down as this is booted way back by Ross James. Here's the return. Myles Price has found 2 seams, moving, cutting, and finally tackled by Luke Bassa, the deep snapper.
Illegal formation. Kicking team, 5 players in the backfield. That 5-yard penalty will be tacked onto the dead ball spot. 1st down.
Well, Price, who only had 1 punt return last week, puts Texas Tech in great field position. There's the formation.
Yeah, that looks right there. That looks legal to me. It looks like they had 7 on the line of scrimmage because there were 3 in the shield, 1 back, but it really didn't matter because Price was doing the rest on the back end. Great job being clean on the cutback. Great job with the ball security, setting up the Red Raiders in business.
The punt was 63 yards. The return was 33 yards. Will Stein, Zach Kittley in their young 30s. There's a pass, and Xavier White, the intended receiver, and is broken up by the Colorado transfer, Nico Reed.
This is another one where Tyler Shough just got to let this go a hair sooner. He had him. Not so fast, says Reed.
On the 35. Taj Brooks looking for a hole. And Brooks hit hard as he finds the 30-yard line. And I'm kind of already thinking what the magic number could be in a 4th down situation as this is 3rd and 5.
Absolutely. So there, it was probably in the 1st down. Hey, I'm going to take a shot here, knowing I have 2 downs, and that was one of them, to chip away at it to get to that magic number. And it was really interesting listening to Coach McGuire. We talked about they have a magic number meeting. They have a stats, an analytics meeting every week. Fascinating approach, and they are committed to it.
A quote, "For a football geek, meeting with them is one of the coolest meetings ever." And he said the team has really bought into it. And here's another running play. Nehemiah Martinez was in the backfield. He'll flare out to the slot. Empty set, 4th and 3 for Texas Tech. A drive after a long punt return by Myles Price. Inside throw. Bradley sidesteps a tackle after the catch and has the 1st down.
Great job on the perimeter. You see so many guys here bounce this in or bounce it out. Good job. Watch him put his left foot right there. Get vertical. Get the 1st down and finish it. 1st and 10.
There is a player down on the field right now. Triquez Bridges. 29 points scored on those drives where they converted a 4th down, 51 points conceded to opponents after they went for it on 4th and didn't convert. And Shough probing, looking, and runs to the near sideline, that is. 93 rushing yards tonight for Tyler Shough. 58 came on 1 play. Rest of the team only 11. Rushing from Dorlus, and more rushing yards for Shough. Ultimately, he's pushed out of bounds by Amari and Winston.
Watch Brooks here. 28 is going to fit up right in the box. I think that was on Bassa. Good reaction. Shough had nothing downfield and made something of it.
Remember, he played 3 years at Oregon. When we talked to Zach Kitley, the offensive coordinator, yesterday, he said that Shough's been great all week. He hasn't acted any differently.
Yeah, normal. Yeah.
Loves being in a leadership position. So he told everyone last week after the Wyoming game the loss was on him. He's under pressure again. Oh, and the ball is punched out on the pressure. Shough going back after it. Still hasn't recovered it. And Oregon has jumped on it. Dorlus has it. Jamal Hill is the one who had the pressure and punched it free. Everything was sunshine and daffodils before the turnover.
Gotta throw it away. Great response by that Oregon defense. Take a look at that when we come back.
Time to check out tonight's game summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. And one thing that just occurred is Tyler Shough fumbled the ball. And Oregon a +9 in turnovers last year. That play was snapped in the red zone for Texas Tech, but the recovery is all the way out of the 34-yard line. You see the numbers for Bo Nix and the numbers for Tyler Shough and Myles Price, his favorite target among the receivers.
Just one roll here by Tyler Shough. Right there. Throw to no 9. You got no chance. You got to eat it. Unbelievable effort by big Brandon Dorlus to get on top of it. Duck football.
Bucky Irving in the game at running back. Bo Nix. And Nix pump fakes, trying to freeze the defense right as he crossed the line of scrimmage. Down he goes after 3.
There it is. Right there, right? That's the difference right there. The guy who's played 47,000 snaps. And Tyler Shough, who's been, in and out and in and out. Eat it. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Live to fight another day.
Between Auburn and Oregon, 49 career starts for Bo Nix. Just ran for 3, ran for 14 touchdowns last year. This is a pickup of 4 outside of the 41-yard line. Here's the Shough-Bo Nix comparison. Now look at all of those numbers. Obviously, Shough's had some time where he hasn't been starting and been injured as well.
Yeah, one of 3 quarterbacks to have 4 starts at this place last year at Tech, and just has been in and out. And again, a tip of the cap to the consistency of Bo Nix.
Approaching 12,000 passing yards for his collegiate career. Won't get there tonight, but go to the next couple of games. Pick up some passing yards here, as that is a laser throw by Nix, and it's right on target to Troy Franklin. First down past midfield.
Just too easy. Throw and catch. He's off. Slant to the single receiver side. But their best receiver, too easy.
By the way, the Ducks have all of their timeouts. And again, another pass, and Franklin, possible horse collar. No, Steve Linton grabbed him from behind. Short of the first down, just barely.
Big gain RPO. You see Will Stein there, a million different ways to do that. A bunch of run combinations, a bunch of perimeter screen combinations. That reads just endless opportunities.
Second and short, inside the 40. And Nix checks it down, and it's off the hands of Irving. Well, Mark Helfrich just mentioned the name of Will Stein. Now, he's had a chance to coach Hudson Card at Lake Travis High School. He had a chance to coach Frank Harris at UTSA. Now Bo Nix, he said, I really credit my development to Bob Beatty, my Trinity High School coach in Louisville, Kentucky, a winner of 15 state championships, that is. And I've had the experience of playing the position and preparing and taking a hit and getting back up.
Yeah, he's from a legendary program in Louisville, and it's funny listening to Joey McGuire talk about him. He has more respect for him coaching high school football in Texas than anything else.
2 great years, state semifinalists when they were at Lake Travis. Quarterback sneak on 3rd and short, Bo Nix.
Outmanned the 500-pound bencher and just underneath Ben Roberts and everybody else at the second level. First down Ducks.
And you can see Marcus Harper really pushed back. Ben Roberts.
Yeah, now we're under 2 minutes. So going to conventional old school. Clock will stop on first downs.
And again, another check down. Bucky Irving, this time the catch is made. Scoots down the sideline. A block, a spin, a cut inside the 15. Big-time yards after catch. Nice piece of running by Bucky Irving all the way to the Red Raider 13.
Tim DeRuyter defensively says, hey, make him check it down, make him check it down. Well, be careful what you wish for with this guy having the ball in his hands in open space.
Now for the 13. Marker down, Nix throwing end zone incomplete.
Illegal formation. Offense, 5 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Second time we've seen it. We'll have been able to overcome that. And score 15 in the first half and driving for more here with 1 minute and 18 seconds left before the interval. Nix with a good pocket. Down the middle, incomplete. He was the intended receiver.
Brought a little edge pressure from Rashad Williams. Picked it up by Bucky Irving. One-on-one in the slot. Gary Bryant just never gets his eyes back to him. Talking to the official about a little bit, that there's nothing there.
Irving on the handoff, hit. And a short pickup. Initially hit by Tony Bradford Jr., Quincy Ledet Jr. as well. Texas Tech has taken a timeout with 1:05 left in the first half. Oregon leads by 2. Made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Last week, Oregon scored 81 points. Kobe Bryant had 81 points against the Toronto Raptors in January of 2006. Mark, Roger Federer played at 81 career Grand Slams, winning 20 of them. And still, dating all the way back to the 70s, Paul Krause of Washington, and then for 12 years of the Minnesota Vikings, is the NFL record holder with 81 interceptions. Amazing synergy.
That's nice work by you.
Thank you. I knew that the coach would appreciate the planning that went into
sports,
that.
Yeah.
Football, basketball, tennis, pro football, college football.
Very impressive.
Nix on 3rd and long. Another underneath throw. Noah Whittington. And Whittington broke out of one tackle by Ben Roberts. Hit hard at the 10-yard line. Timeout is taken. Tackle is made at the 10. That leaves Oregon with a 4th down and 6.
Third
and
and
1 minute on the
timeout. Texas Tech.
28 yards on the field goal. As Oregon on 4th and 6 looking to extend their lead on this left to right angle 3-point attempt to make it a 5-point game. 28 yards. And it's nailed by the steady Eddie Camden Lewis. And with that, we have 59 seconds left of the first half. Haven't seen an opportunity for speedster Dre McCray to return a kick, and he will not have an opportunity here.
Hard to return that one.
No chance on that one. Texas Tech with Tyler Shough at the controls on offense, down by 5 as we look at some of his highlights for the first half.
Yeah, it was a mixed bag by offensive coordinator Zach Kittley. Quarterback runs, great corner route, good job setting his feet, getting out, firm feet, throw and catch to Mason Tharp for the touchdown. And then this is the costly one. This is where you got to eat it, throw it into the stands. Anything other than what happened is a good thing, right? You attempt a field goal, you get another shot at it, turned into points for Oregon.
The turnover cost them 3 points. And now Shough, with just under a minute to play, starts this drive, and it's caught and out of bounds to stop the clock. 7 seconds run off the clock. Now that turnover ended up costing Texas Tech 3 points. Their defense did stiffen and force the 28-yard field goal by Camden Lewis. Shough to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, running out of real estate, threw away.
Got a flag.
Yes, there is. A play that was going nowhere fast for Texas Tech, and a mistake here by Oregon.
Good job escaping, gets rid
After
of it.
play, personal foul, late hit, number 3 defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, Brandon Dorlus has had a great moment and a not-so-great moment here in the second quarter. Recovered a fumble, but there the penalty on Dorlus.
Yeah, probably got away with one as well as he walked away from the sideline, was waving to a couple coaches there on the Texas Tech sideline. They'll get him right. But a big conversion there from Tyler Shough, 45 seconds, no timeouts.
7 career quarterback sacks for Dorlus, but a penalty there on the late hit out of bounds of the quarterback Shough on the 41. And they bring 5 and they get their flag down 2.
Personal foul, illegal hands to the face, number 71 offense, off the distance to the goal, Replay first down.
He had a holding penalty, Monroe Mills, earlier, by the way.
It's the personal foul version, but it's up top at left tackle. See him reset.
Missed last year after he transferred to Lubbock with a back injury. Here is Shough, steps up out of the pocket, a lot of room to run. Makes one man miss, got away for a moment anyway, but Tez Johnson able to tackle him down to the 41-yard line. They got the penalty yardage back.
Yeah, great reaction. Got some whistles blown here.
Clock is now stopped with 16 seconds left. Again, Texas Tech is out of timeouts.
Great reaction by Tyler Shough, stepping up and through the speed rush of Oregon.
Sideline warning. Oregon, their first of the game. There's no yardage penalty associated with this warning. Second down.
Well, defensive coordinator Tosh Lupoy also having to double right now as the get-back coach.
Maybe he has to get himself back.
Assistant
another five-man rush.
Here comes pressure and a throw to the sideline. And White catches and steps out of bounds.
First charge
Oregon a timeout.
Oregon.
Need in the neighborhood of 20 to 25 yards to have an opportunity for a field goal for Gino Garcia. He did hit from 54 last week. And when he was at Houston Baptist, and now Houston Christian made one from 59. And Uyunglele almost got to Shough. He rolls and throws on the move and going low to catch it. It's a first down, 6 seconds. Bradley caught it. Clock stops.
Good set.
They can do this. You got to have at least 3 seconds to run a play. They got plenty of time.
Biggest play is under review. The ruling on the field is a completed catch for a first down.
This play is under review. Bradley caught it at the Oregon 38-yard line. Jerand Bradley for Texas Tech.
Good job by Shough escaping it. Basically an unblocked rusher. Firm control. That ball never hits the ground. Clear possession. Double checking the spot.
After review, the ruling on the field of a completed catch for a first down is confirmed. First down.
Again, 3 years at Houston Christian, made one from 59 in that time. Hit from 54 last week. Garcia from 56 now.
Restore the game clock to 6 seconds.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, they have to get back to 6 seconds to account for the spike. They spiked it, so it was second.
Fox College football on a Saturday night in Lubbock. No team has led this game by more than one score. After half an hour, it's an 18-13 lead for Oregon over Texas Tech. With Mark Helfrich, I'm Mark Followell. Great to have you tuned in for Fox College football. We saw some good offensive and defensive moments by both teams. But one thing when you look at the Ducks offense in this game, for the number 13 team in the country, they've gotten steady contributions as a runner and as a pass catcher out of running back Bucky Irving.
Yeah, Bucky's been phenomenal, protecting well at times when he's called upon. And then you'll see his running skills here. Press, cut it back again, get in the open field. Doing a nice job there, set up 2nd and 2. And then in the flat, again, Texas Tech has forced the check down, and usually that's a good thing. But here's what he can do. We showed you this earlier. He makes one guy miss, makes the second guy miss on the spin move, gets the little whoop, gets a few more yards. Great job by Bucky Irving there, and relatively even stats. You know, Tech had that long punt return that takes away there from the total offense, and then just a big turnover. The big turnover leading to 3 points.
57 scrimmage yards, proceeding and running for Bucky Irving in the first half. They had the ball on the last possession of the first half. Missed field goal, though, long-range attempt by Gino Garcia, 56 yards. Now 2 for 6 this year. They have the ball because they deferred their option to the second half here. These two teams played in 1991 and 1992. Oregon won both games. One in Eugene, one in Lubbock. And let's look at the mechanics on those passes.
Yeah, let's take a look from behind. You see their protection. Great effort by Amuai trying to get there. Shough stands in and finishes with that back hip, throwing that corner out. Great protection by Taj Brooks. That was a touchdown pass to Mason Tharp right there. 2 great strikes. Starts with protection. Firm feet, great timing from Tyler Shough.
14 of 23, 101 yards. He's also run for 92. I love the effort by Amuai on that.
Yeah.
He's in the infantry. And they move Shough on the first pass. Rolls right, throws back the other way. Looking for a third. Flag is down. Williams thinks he has an interception. Williams on coverage.
Right? Wait for the call here.
Number 18 defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, literally asked you right out of halftime, going into halftime rather, they need to move him, get him out of the pocket, help out this O-line. Now it's a throwback to Big Mason Tharp. He took a shot when he's out there exposed. Hello. All legal by Tez Johnson.
That is the 10th penalty for Oregon. 94 penalty yards. Last season they averaged about 7 penalties a game, 57 yards. And a big hole on the run. First down and more. Taj Brooks. Hard to bring him down inside the 25-yard line of the Ducks.
Great drive starter. Run start for the second half. You see the big puller with 76, Caleb Rogers, first down.
And a run all the way down officially at the 25-yard line, but this play going nowhere fast.
So offensive coordinator Zach Kitley will go to his well of answers.
Red Raiders averaged 84 plays per game last year. They had 42 in the first half. And they've moved it here into Oregon territory, well into Oregon territory to start this third quarter. Incompletion for Price, coverage by Jamal Hill, and there is Zach Kitley.
Jamal Hill, nice play. He forced the fumble earlier on Tyler Shough, and he jousted out that ball. That was good timing, good rhythm. And Tyler Shough, 3rd and 12, get a chunk back here and set up a 4th and manageable.
Before coming to Texas Tech, Zach Kitley at Western Kentucky. 2 years ago, the offensive coordinator, and the offense was 2nd in the country for the Hilltoppers at 44 points per game. They averaged 34 last year. And here is a low throw. It's caught. White cuts and has the first down. First and goal for Xavier White at Texas Tech.
Nice job standing in here again. Protection first. A little twist game inside. They pick up. Good job fading it away and getting it to Xavier White. He has running back skills, and you see it with that run after the catch.
He can line up in the backfield. Much more frequently, we see him as a slot receiver. Now Shough on first and goal at the 5. Has the crease to run. Touchdown.
Scheme here by Zach Kitley off the jet sweep fake. Right here, watch Taj Brooks, a little escort. Wow, great finish on Betcher. Touchdown, Shough. Untouched, that's gotta feel good.
Opting just to kick an extra points. Texas Tech has a missed 2-point conversion in this game. A made extra point. It's 20-18 after Tyler Shough's 5-yard touchdown run on the opening possession of the third quarter. A rambunctious Red Raider sideline.
This is their brand new light show, right, that they were talking about?
That's right.
They were hoping it was dark enough at this point of the night.
Well, the sun goes down just after 8 o'clock Central Time on the South Plains. So it was sundown about 20 minutes ago and dark enough for the light show. But there was a 3rd and 12 conversion on a pass to Xavier White, who now is at 100 career receptions at Texas Tech at over 1,000 receiving yards. Oregon offense. Bo Nix has set a high standard, 72% completion percentage in his time with the Ducks, 65% in the first half tonight.
No doubt. And this is what they were talking about halftime. Hey guys, just do your deal. We lost to this one in the lights. That other one hit our face, probably worried about where our feet are. We saw Terrance Ferguson earlier with his eyes, and then the rare Bo Nix flat route that he missed. That last part is just, hey man, I want you on this angle instead of that angle. But as you said, a very high standard. Zach Kitley and Tech came out great. A great first half or second half script. Let's see what Oregon does.
Well,
that wasn't it.
No, that was not part of the team talk at halftime.
False start. Number 76 offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Josh Carnley Jr. That is as Mark noted, the sun is down and the lights of Jones AT&T Stadium sparkling off the silver Oregon helmets. Here's Bucky Irving in the flat. In trouble and knocked down in the backfield. Ben Roberts was there. So was Myles.
They are rallying, right? They saw that highlight show we showed of Bucky Irving in the first half with the ball in his hand. That's all this is. This is a toss sweep. This is a wide route. Now rally to the dude with the ball. Great job.
Ben Roberts starting tonight. Jacob Rodriguez out. Redshirt freshman from Eaton High School in Hazlet, Texas. North of Fort Worth. From the 17-yard line. And Nix throwing. Irving on the sideline. And can't extricate himself from being wrapped up by Rashad Williams from Memphis, Tennessee.
Gotta protect. 3rd and 12. Tim DeRuyter has changed up the coverage. They played a ton of zone, shown some 5-man rush, and dropped. He played 3-man rush, drop 8. We'll see what his first 3rd down is in the second half.
Tim was so complimentary of Bo Nix yesterday. He said he's seen so much football, really hard to confuse him. And they confuse him on 3rd and 11. Here's Nix rolling under pressure from Hutchings and throws it away.
6 foot, 308, bench presses 500 and does little stutter step and stays with Bo Nix, forcing the throwaway. 3 and out, and Lubbock is live.
48 consecutive starts, and that punt is partially blocked. The punt by Texas Tech is partially blocked.
Drive for the touchdown, 3 and out for Bo Nix and company, and then a special teams jump and up. We're going to take a look inside.
I think it's Jaden York.
Yeah, looks like yep, and he has to run between those guys. He can't jump and land on that shield.
Just a 17-yard punt because of the partial block by York. At the Oregon 41, Shough with all kinds of time, and he throws it to Oregon, an interception, Khyree Jackson. The air comes out of the balloon in Lubbock, and what a play by the transfer from Tuscaloosa. Looking for Bradley, but it's right to Jackson. Turnover, the 2nd of the game for Texas Tech. There is a lot to digest for the first 3 minutes and 38 seconds of the second half at Jones AT&T Stadium.
Yeah, it has been eventful. Tech starts with a touchdown, then they come back 3 and out. The block punt sets them up in business. We'll take a look at that again. Probably got away with a hold, or maybe 2 holds there by Khyree Jackson. As we go back to the interception, Jerand Bradley, the receiver here, coming into the right side of your screen, working vertical. Probably a hold right there, and then again right there. He's got to, if you're Bradley, you got to define that route more. And if you're Tyler Shough, you got to dart it. And now your defense has to bail you out.
Oregon a +2 in the turnover battle. Nowhere to go for Bucky Irving. Had a nice run on 1st down, a decent run on 1st down, but could not find a hole. Joseph Adedore, you see him, number 14. Ben Roberts also calling his name again as part of that.
Yeah, Adedore right there. The Mesquite native, great job setting that edge. And no answer on the cutback.
Both part of that big defensive line for Texas Tech. Along with Hutchings and Bradford, Quincy Ledet Jr. Here's Nix, has room to run. 1st down and a lot more for Bo Nix, and he slides at the 44. How about Bo Nix, who ran for over 500 yards last year?
They brought the house here, brought 6. He steps up through it. They have the back in protection. Great job seeing the grass. Get down and protect yourself.
After the last week against Wyoming, Texas Tech would bring pressure. They had a chance. Yeah, they had a chance. And Peasley made hot reads, got on throws, or ran for Wyoming, the quarterback. And that is Nix on 3rd down and 8, coming through for the Ducks. Tez Johnson's in motion, and here is Nix, and does make the pass, and it's caught, fighting off a tackle, and Terrance Ferguson down the sideline. Whistle blows, he stepped out of bounds a few yards further upfield at the 26-yard line of Texas Tech for Ferguson.
This guy is a load, and he's athletic. Sheds the tackle right there of Kanya, and gets a bunch more before Owens. Lucky he is the fastest man on the team.
Tyler Owens with a tackle, and Nix running again, and Nix goes down and slides short of the 1st down marker, it would appear.
It's where the slide starts. If you go feet first, it's where the slide starts. Go head first. It's wherever the ball advances, properly officiated.
A turnover in the first half by Texas Tech resulted in 3 points for Oregon. This turnover has put Oregon at least in three-point range at the 17-yard line on 2nd and short. Whittington. I don't think he got it.
Nothing. Yeah, brought the house again. Come back here. 3rd and short. Probably 2 down territory for Will Stein and company. Bo Nix, you feel, is just taking this on his shoulders. Done it with his feet. Done it with the outlet to Terrance Ferguson.
If you think at 4th down, I mean, we've talked about Texas Tech at 4th down. Oregon, no slouch last year, by the way, 20 out of 32. First-year offensive coordinator, Will Stein, you just got to look at him. Oh, old school, I formation, and out to the wide side of the field and nothing doing, maybe.
This official down here is saying 4th down.
Yep. Whittington down, and it's a half-yard short.
It's amazing that Tech has enough guys to match that personnel. They're in 23 personnel right there. Good job forcing it to bounce and getting him on the ground. 4th and inches.
By the way, with all the injuries at linebacker, Charles Esters III, number 11, is getting some time at backer and was part of making that stop. Casey Kelly in as an extra tight end. 4th down and short. Quarterback sneak. Bo Nix does not look like a promising spot on 4th and inches. It's a hold for Texas Tech. Here's the stand on 4th and about half a yard a moment ago by the Texas Tech defense.
Yeah, Hutchings and Bradford right there. Drop it, get underneath that center guard combination. And Bo Nix, that's kind of uncharacteristic him, kind of bounces it almost sideways backward, but clearly does not advance the ball. That's defensive coordinator Tim DeRuyter loving it. Former Oregon defensive coordinator as well.
2021.
A vet.
And a great storyteller, as we can attest for sitting in his office yesterday. Now Shough with the pass, and this one's on target to Bradley. And 161 passing yards in the game. A stop on 4th down a moment ago. And remember, there were also 2nd and 1 and 3rd and 1 stops. And a player is sprinting off the field for Oregon and a timeout.
First charge timeout. Oregon.
Might come in handy later with 6:45 left. Tech had substituted, so Oregon could match. But then they were confused of which group they were in. Timeout.
4th and inches stop, and
Watching
Texas Tech has the ball.
Watching him practice, it looks like a love seat that's tipped on its head. You know what I mean? It's just wide. Tricks.
This
Got
is
him.
flipped back by Price. The shot, and it's a jump ball. And McCray out-jumps the defense for the catch inside the 35 at the 33.
Saw that in practice yesterday, and it looked a little bit better than that. But there was a slightly different pass rush this time. Great job of going up and get it.
The transfer from Austin Peay, Trey McCray with the catch. And here's Shough. And he fakes to the sideline and throws deep. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Jerand Bradley. Texas Tech extends the lead. You get the trick play with the toss back. That is a lateral.
Yep, backward pass, forward pass hit, and a great job going up and get it. There's him taking a shot, and then the touchdown next, just a strike. Good protection, great little high-low to the boundary. Touchdown Tech, they're going crazy in Lubbock.
In front by 9 over Oregon. Texas Tech has had the ball 3 times. One drive ended on an interception. The other 2 drives have amassed 143 yards of offense here in the third compared to 62 for Oregon. So earlier this week, Mark and I had a chance to talk to Dan Lanning, and in light of their big win over Portland State, he said when you win a game like that, it's our opportunity to coach the hardest and give the most honest and critical feedback. We walked away with a laundry list of things we want to fix and do better. What do they need to do better now?
Well, absolutely. You know, he talks a lot about doing simple better, right? You talk to a quarterback a lot of times, make layups, do these simple things well. Go back to your base playbook for Will Stein, the RPO game. get your running backs involved and stay out of what happened the last two drives, 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 12.
A calm, cool customer back in the pocket. Saw a look at the face of Bo Nix. 25-yard line after the kickoff. In pocket, able to throw it to Irving. And Irving up the sideline. Like he's been able to step out past the sticks, but went out of bounds just shy. Now here's the 5th catch of the game for Franklin. Oregon has not committed a turnover in the game, but they were stopped in a situation on the last drive. They had 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, and 4th and 1. And again, they opt for another underneath throw. Safe and effective throws. Franklin and then Irving again.
And you talked about it earlier. Wanted to see improvement in perimeter blocking. Watch Gary Bryant Jr. right here, too. I think that's Tez Johnson, Terrance Ferguson. That's 3 for 3.
Now a long throw. And looking for Franklin. Incomplete.
Can't simulate the snap. Try to see what they're in. It's your best answer.
As the crowd crescendos. And Nix. That's a nice throw. Caught on the slant. First down. Tez Johnson, 49-yard line.
Little brother again. Little security blanket. That number 2 receiver to the top on the slant. Inside cut, clearing things out. Just a little bit on his back hip. Great job making a play for the quarterback.
3 years in the Sun Belt Conference at Troy. Over 1,800 yards receiving in those 3 years for Tez Johnson. And now doing his thing in Eugene. Back shoulder. Incomplete. For Franklin.
Just a little bit of a force there from Bo Nix trying to get his guy going. Gets double teamed here. See him a little fake on that little slide route we showed earlier.
2nd down run. Slicing off to the right side. A hole is closed quickly by Wesley Smith.
Tech fans are looking up that guy too, right? Wesley Smith deep down the depth chart, playing hard. Edge rush coming from Adrian Taylor Demerson, and a great finish by Wesley Smith.
On the linebacker depth chart, Jacob Rodriguez hurt. Ty Matthews got hurt and walked through yesterday. Trent Lowe out. Harvey Dyson, who played last week, is out.
Tim DeRuiter was laughing, right? Talking us through, he's going, well, this guy's out, this guy's out, this guy's out. Said it reminded him of that, again, of that 1 year at Oregon.
They had a game against Fresno. And this is an RPO and kept here by Nix. And Nix is able to fight off tackles and lunge over the 40-yard line for a first down. What a gritty run by Nix.
Yeah, just a little read play version of whether it's a power or a counter read. Back going the other way. Tremendous, unbelievable conversion by Bo Nix.
And tempo offense here for the 39-yard line. Airing it out. Nix looking. He's found Johnson for a touchdown one time tonight. Coverage there, though, on the pass intended for Johnson by Olin.
Hair stretching that calf out. And like you said, maybe let one get away there. Another one-on-one matchup for Johnson in the slot. Owens, so good last week, right? Those kind of last-second pass breakups to get him off.
268 yards and 2 touchdowns. Throwing the ball tonight for Bo Nix, but his legs have been important on this drive. Running play. Upended is Irving.
You're gonna have 2 downs to get a first down. Be smart.
Under 3 to go in the 3rd. Nix a good pocket, and it opens up this time on the left side. They've thrown that direction a couple of times on the drive, and this time Nix does link up with Troy Franklin.
Just over 2-man game. Tez Johnson and Troy Franklin. Those mean defensive guys called us a pick. It's just a little rub, just a little accidental rub, allowing Troy Franklin to convert.
Forsythe and Bass and Alvine, Alua all in the NFL now, out in the flats. And that is caught. Whittington this time, and Whittington is cut down inside the 20-yard line by Adrian Taylor Demerson.
Coach DeRuiter brought the house again. Coach Stein says, hey, I know you're going to bring the house. I'm going to bring a little man beater to the flat to get no Whittington one-on-one and pick up a big 8 yards on first down.
From Fort Valley, Georgia, Noah Whittington.
Unbalanced to the boundary here.
Whittington spins and has the first down. Last minute of the third. Gary Bryant, Trayshawn Holden are in the game as receivers. And underneath, you hear the pads popping on the collision between Owens and Jordan James. Along the sideline.
Nice shot
to 10.
Yeah, nice shot by Bo Nix. You're watching a fake toss and a little sidearm slider. Right, get that around the edge rush.
That was a pass to James. He ran it 10 times last week against Portland State and had 3 touchdowns. 86 yards in the game. Second down and 6. And Nix throws underneath. Herbert caught it. Ball is punched out and it's out of bounds. They are partying in Lubbock, Texas during the light show between the third and fourth quarters.
You were almost a student doing that, right?
Yeah, at one
Patrolling engineer.
So here are the numbers from this game so far. Score by quarter, 14 points. Third quarter for Texas Tech. Kept Oregon off the board, but now Oregon, they've converted 3 third downs. They've got a 4th coming up on a drive that's gone 15 plays and took the last 16 of the third quarter.
Yep, and Tyler Shough as hot as heck on the bench. Watching, we'll see what Bo Nix and company will do. 3rd and 3.
A patient, clock-chewing drive, facing another critical moment. 3rd and 3, Nix at the 7, looking, sprinting for the edge. First down, Bo Nix. What an arm and what ability and decision-making to run it when necessary.
Great job keeping his eyes up, seeing if I have anything. Bryce Ramirez chases him out of bounds, but not before he picks up that valuable first down yardage.
Needed 3, ran for 4. First and goal in a 9-point game. Oregon looking to answer after the big third quarter for Texas Tech. Running play and second efforts. And Irving is in. It's a touchdown.
Just feeding Bucky. Great cutback. They set the edge up top. Watch him cut it back. Runs through 1, 2, 3. Trying to 4 tacklers into the end zone. Well earned.
For 1,058 yards last year. 3 tough yards there for Bucky Irving to make it a 2-point game. Camden Lewis. Push-up time for the Duck. A scoreless third quarter, but a fourth quarter on the second play. 17 plays, 75 yards on the drive. Right now it's time for tonight's game summary, sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. Tyler Shough in the third quarter ran for a touchdown, then a punt block. 4th and 1 stop. They got the trick play here, the flip back by Myles Price, and then Shough to Dre McCray. Touchdown to Jerand Bradley. Now we turn the tables to the fourth quarter, and that long drive for Oregon ends on a 3-yard run at a very tough one at that for Bucky Irving. Boy drive on the road, no less, for Oregon. Shough has a fumble. He's thrown an interception tonight. He also has 3 touchdown passes, and the 4th Texas Tech touchdown was a run by Shough. Texas Tech is 8-1 in games that he has started and finished, and the 1 in 8-1 was last week in Laramie.
Nice little drive starter. Little flat route to Tharp. Just bobbled that a little bit. That 5-yard gain became 3.
Second down. A lot of time. Shough looks downfield.
Of the drive, and Texas Tech, who's had a lot of issues in protection, picked it up beautifully but they ran a two-man concept right into 4 guys. Better coverage on the back end by the Ducks.
So the 7th-year player, Popo Amavai, going off the field. Mace Funa went out as well for Oregon. The clock goes under 5 seconds. Throw to Brooks. And Brooks is stopped short. Stopped by Khyree Jackson.
Open space. Zone pressure this time from Oregon. Good answer, getting him in the flat, but a better tackle by Kyree Jackson. And they are taking a look at going for it. 4th and 2. This is in their wheelhouse. Watch the hard count here from Shough as well.
52 times last year, Texas Tech went for it on 4th down. The most since such stats were kept in 1996. Shough looking for something to open up, and it is a stop on 4th down. He's driven backwards by Brandon Dorlus. All 290 pounds of the big man from Fort Lauderdale stuffs the hole shut.
Straight quarterback run all the way. QB power lead blocker. Folding there is Spencer, and just a big slant answer. Dorlus, Amuvai, Taimani, and others. 1st down Ducks. Almost in the exact same spot they got off the block punt. But this time it's Oregon.
And that is one fired up head coach. Defensive course in Dan Lanning's DNA. And his defense makes a huge play. A 4th and 2 for Texas Tech from their own 33, unsuccessful. Ducks with the ball, down by 2. Just under 13 minutes left in the game. Quick pass, caught, and out of bounds, Gary Bryant Jr.
And that guy is dangerous in space, the former starter at USC.
53 catches, 7 touchdowns in that time. USC on Fox later tonight, playing Stanford. Bryant had played for the last 3 years. Nix back to pass, goes on the move, caught, Patrick Herbert, stiff arm, 1st down, inside the 15. In addition to the catches that Herbert has in the passing game tonight, remember that he threw it to Terrance Ferguson after Oregon's 2nd touchdown for a successful 2-point conversion. Holden went in motion. Nix is forced out of the pocket by Ledette, and there's a pass to the sideline. It is caught, and Tez Johnson is forced out.
Just to get so good by Bo Nix. Pressured, gets an edge rusher right in his face, and then he feels the backside come to him as well. Play it with him. Nothing open downfield. I got to get out of here. And then a little sidearm slider to just get even anything there, and it's almost, was that a 4-yard gain?
He has dropped down the arm angle pretty low on a couple of passes here in the 2nd half. To 38 for Nix now. Going to be a toss to Whittington on 2nd down and looking to pick it up and driving, and is out short of the 1st down. He's out at the 5-yard line.
And they've taken advantage of it time and time again. Good job out in front by 65. Cornelius. Good finish by Herbert out of bounds.
What are you thinking, Mark? 3rd down and 2.
You got anything you want here again. If you want to take a shot, pounded the ball and been denied twice out of this look. Great top to slip the tight end to the back corner. Hard start play action. There it is.
It is play action. Nix looked right, then left. Flushed. Got away from Ledette. Ramirez with pressure. Throwing. End zone. Deflected. And nearly intercepted. Is it intercepted? It is. Touchback. Interception. Dunlap. There is a marker down on the play.
There's a flag. If I'm guessing, I think it's going to be an illegal man downfield. By the 72 of Oregon. Bo Nix had the corner route right away. Then decided to fail. Take a look.
It's an incomplete pass.
No interception for Dunlap. Incompletion. That still doesn't sort out, though, the marker.
Yeah. He didn't listen to the 50,000 other officials that were trying to help him out there.
There's a look at it. Went off the hand of Casey Kelly.
Oh, boy.
You can't tell from that angle.
He has firm control. Look like 24. That's Dunlap. Squeeze it.
I think when he...
I thought his right foot might have been in.
I think when he first caught the ball, there was a foot in contact with the ground.
Talk to Dean.
And again, the penalty hasn't been.
I think he's talking to Joey McGuire. Looked like they were 72 and maybe another.
An eligible receiver. Downfield number 55 offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Okay, Dean Blandino, our rules analyst. So, and we can see Malik Dunlap making the signal right
Just
now.
ask him.
He thought he caught it.
Yeah.
I think he caught it. I'm looking at control. I'm looking at the right foot down. And then it appears that he maintains control when he hits the ground. I think the officials saw the left foot hit the sideline, but that right toe is down inbounds.
And they just announced here, Dean, the play is under review.
And I think this crowd was reacting to them almost like that was the decision. It wasn't. It was, hey, Mike McCabe's going to come over and talk to replay. But there's the big tip. All you need is when that right foot is down, and it is firm control. We can't see the left foot.
Firm control, body part down, inbound.
Never loses the ball. Wow.
You know, there was a similar play, now not in the end zone, but in the Wyoming-Texas Tech game last night, or last week that is, where Wyoming caught a pass. It was ruled incomplete on the sideline, and the first foot, it wasn't the toe tap, it was a foot in contact with the ground when the receiver caught the ball, when it hit his hands. Not airborne and then dotting the I with the toe tap and bounce. Now, as Dean Blandino just said, he thinks there's going to be a reversal here for an interception for Malik Dunlap, who led Texas Tech last year with 12 pass breakups.
After review, the defender did not complete the process of making the catch. The ball hit the ground. It is an incomplete pass.
Well, you certainly saw it move.
4th down.
Wow. You can certainly see the ball moves here, no question. And it moved enough, and there was a moment of contact with the ground. Apparently. A 23-yard field goal attempt now. This is just a massive decision. Rather than an interception and touchback, a chip shot field goal for Camden Lewis. And this is to put Oregon in front, looking for another lead change, and Lewis drives it through. It was not an interception, it was an incompletion, and it's a short field goal, and Oregon retakes the lead by 1. This is how close, just a little bobble at the end for Malik Dunlap prevents the INT. Pictures of Mike Leach, the coach at Texas Tech from 2000 to 2009, who passed away last December. He led the Red Raiders to some special seasons, a bowl game in each of those 10 seasons in Lubbock, 11 wins in 2008, a win over Texas in dramatic fashion on a catch by Michael Crabtree, 3 other 9-win seasons, 4 years as the best passing offense in the country. Mike Leach would absolutely love a game like this.
Yeah, maybe a little too much running for his taste. But an all-time great man. He could convince you of something that you had no idea that you had an opinion on. Like, oh yeah, I do. I really do like paper clips.
Yes. You're right. Candy corn is the worst candy. Yeah.
Well, that's gibberish, right? And that's the flip side.
The Pac-12, the only unbeaten conference in FBS, 16-0. 13-0 in weeks 0 and week 1, and 3 wins so far today. And a lead for the Pac-12 on the road against Texas Tech for the Big 12.
Stemmed by the defensive line.
False start, number 71, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 1st down.
Hard sometimes for those big guys to hang in there.
Well, the pendulum keeps swinging. Texas Tech had a 14-0 third quarter, but Oregon has the first 10 points of this quarter as Shough takes the handoff and throws incomplete. Looking for Dre McCray. Loss on the road to open a season of high expectations after their 4-game winning streak to end last year. They now trail in the fourth quarter as Shough looks for Mason Tharp and finds him. And going upstairs to haul it in, a start for a first down at the 35.
I think after that last play, you said, I'm going to drop back, a little play action pass, and drop a dime on the crossing route to the big fella. Again, a hands away from his body. Great job. That's really good coverage by Tez Johnson. 5'10" versus 6'9", being the difference.
6'9", and you can't teach that.
Yeah.
And it leads Tharp. And now Tharp going in motion after that catch. And Brooks darts around the left side and has a first down near midfield. Ends up carrying Tez Johnson, who was just involved in the last play, past the 50 for another Red Raider first down.
We're waiting for them to come back to this concept, kind of a little same side load power, where they bring the tight end, the pulling guard to that same side. Big game.
Tempo offense again. Shough away from Mateo Uyunglele. Uyunglele couldn't chase him down. Brandon Dorlus did.
Great job ball security-wise here from Tyler Shough. Knows he has to put one together here. Protects it, cuts it back. Nice game.
Second down and short. And Shough running. And down near the 40. Zach Kittley told us yesterday they would call more quarterback runs. There have now been 22 quarterback runs for Shough in the game, although will this play stand? It will.
Yeah, Oregon got caught with a little line change. Too many men on the field. Yep.
Flag on the play.
It would be an illegal substitution on Oregon.
Marker is down, and it's down way back across the field at the 18-yard line is where it's thrown.
Legal substitution. Defense, 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty. We play third down.
They were trying to do a big change. And Texas Tech did not change their personnel. They stayed with their group. They're just trying to do a mass substitution. Got to get off the field. You don't get that full time.
And so you can negate the 22nd carry. The penalty is accepted for Texas Tech. 5 yards. It is a first down to the Ducks 36. Brooks eludes one tackle. Stepped away from Jordan Birch in the backfield. And then bottled up at the 30-yard line for 691 yards last year. 5 carries, but 62 yards tonight. We are approaching the midpoint of the fourth quarter. Brooks running again, and it is third and short, and it is tempo and sprinting in front of the O-line. It was Price, and Shough will keep it first down.
It's a little QB lead. They run. It's a little flash. You call this follow or T-lead. Right behind Brooks blocking Jackson. First and 10 behind the 6'5", 230-pound Shough. McGuire's having that internal thought right now. Our kicking game. How aggressive are we right here? On a burn clock.
There's one of those handoffs to White. White was dancing in the backfield in motion behind Shough and doesn't pick up much. Right on the 20. A drive of 7 runs, 2 passes. Play number 10. It will be a sack. Now the ball's loose. Nope, just a sack.
Almovite gets to him. I thought he had a chance for Myles Price. Watch him come left to right into your screen right there. But sees Almovite.
Now it is third and long, 27-yard line. Shough under pressure, running out of room, and throws it down the sideline out of bounds. Here comes the field goal team.
Just great coverage downfield. Turns into a 4-man rush. They zone it out. Man on the outside, funneling everything to Stevens, the safety. That in breakers right to those guys. Shough wisely throws it out.
From 45 yards, kicking straight on. McNamara with the hold. Garcia's got a big leg, and he nails the field goal. And the game seesaws with Texas Tech back in front. A pressure kick made by Gino Garcia. Garcia with 5:13 to go.
That is a huge answer. Last week had a 54-yarder against Wyoming and then went crazy. That is a huge confidence builder for Tech.
Over 56,000 in attendance tonight. A sellout in Lubbock, Texas at Jones AT&T Stadium.
She was rocking to what was that, Guns N' Roses?
2018 in a game against Oklahoma State was the last time that Texas Tech defeated a team in the top 15. They lead 13th ranked Oregon by 2 points with 5:13 left. Another lead change a moment ago. Now the kickoff. And a chance to return it. Gary Bryant on the kick by Reese Burkhardt. And down he goes at the 20. The exact same number of plays, only 15 more yards for Oregon, and a less than 2-minute difference in time of possession.
Can't make that up. That's how it's been. It's been great quarterback play, great answers, great ebb and flow, some special teams play. And now if you're Bo Nix, 5 minutes, 2 timeouts, everything right in front of you.
At safety, Tyler Owens down. This could matter on the defense coming up. There is a timeout on the field, 5:09 left. It's Oregon ball. Texas Tech just got a 45-yard field goal a moment ago. Bo Nix up to 70% on his completions tonight. Tyler Shough, 229 yards, 3 touchdowns, but 1 interception.
Yeah, it has been high-quality quarterback play. Bo Nix trying to put together a game-finishing drive for Oregon.
And Nix pump fakes, stays behind the line for a long time, then finally scampers. Nix on 2nd and 8. Underneath Tez Johnson. Johnson has a seam for a first down over the 35.
Great chemistry here. Again, we know the story. Great chemistry. Just a little void in the shallow cross concept right there. Great tempo on that ball by Bo Nix. It's an easy catch on the run. Allows him to turn vertical. Has to be perfectly accurate. More often than not, he does just that.
4 catches tonight for Johnson. He's extended his consecutive games streak to 35 games with a reception. And Bo Nix has spread it to 8 different receivers in the game tonight.
Play action off that boundary toss. Now's the time. Here it is.
We're looking for his 30th completion. There it is. It's Herbert in the open field. And then Herbert bumped out of bounds. Jordan Sanford, who's on the back end right now with Owens, hadn't gone out.
Yeah, so they've worn this run play slick. Tech knows it. They have to defend it. Great answer from Will Stein in an offense.
Down to the 43. Huddle on the sideline. Irving is driven out of bounds. Oh, wow. Rashad Williams drives him out of bounds. There is a marker down.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, number 0 of the defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, it looked like the initial strike, clean, legal, inbounds. Let's watch the finish. Strike. Don't love that.
Big penalty of the game against Texas Tech. Very costly under the circumstances, because now the Ducks are in field goal range. Oregon has committed 12 penalties tonight, but that 5th against the Red Raiders hurts them significantly at the 26. And a running play. Whittington the carry. Oregon's got 2 downs before they have to worry about field goal. They snap this here at the 20, and they pick up a first down. It is Jordan James plunging over the 15.
Jordan James, great job getting vertical. Pressing it inside, just that little downhill, tight alignment play. Great bounce. This will be the last first down outside of 2 minutes. So now anything beyond, it goes back to old school, conventional college timing rules.
James subs out. The only time that Oregon didn't cash in on the red zone was when they were stopped on 4th and inches. And now Whittington reverses field. He's given up a lot of ground, being chased by Brendan Jordan and caught by Dadrian Taylor Demerson. Tech player is down, injured on the other side of the field. From where that stops at a timeout has also been called.
First charge timeout.
Happens
Texas
on that
Tech.
play. Malik Dunlap injured. Running play, Whittington. A lot has happened here on this drive. Oregon in position to potentially go back in front. 1:24 left. Stay tuned. Some nervy moments on the South Plains. Texas Tech leads by 2. But Oregon in fantastic position. Joseph Adedire, number 14, not 24. 14, Adedire is the player who was hurt. Texas Tech used the first of their 3 timeouts. 2nd and 7, Oregon. What are you thinking if you're Oregon?
Number 24, the defense must depart the game for 1 play.
Also, they had 24 and 14.
Both were hurt.
Both were hurt, and they were, right, kind of on the numbers on each side. Oregon's pounded their best hardball run right here, reminding our guys to stay in bounds if you get bounced.
Jordan James is the running back. 2nd down and 7. And James turning to the 7. And it leaves the Red Raiders with 1 timeout.
Second charge timeout. Texas Tech.
Texas
Game
Tech.
clock operator, please restore the game clock to 1:19.
To 3 extra seconds. 3 tight ends. Herbert, Kelly, and Ferguson. James in the backfield. Officially, this is 3rd down, a short 4. Toss to James. Nowhere to go. He's trying to stay in bounds. The Mayor Tony Bradford Jr. with great penetration into the backfield.
Great answer here by defensive coordinator Tim DeRuiter. He says, hey, you've been killing us on this all night. I know you're going to go to it. And it looked like his left foot did step out of bounds.
Yep, you can see the referee stop the clock.
Official is correct there. Huge deal. 1:14 and 1 timeout. A big, big difference for Tyler Shough and company going back the other way. If Oregon converts.
3rd short field goal of the game for Camden Lewis, who was 14 of 16 last year. His only misses were 47 and 54. He's made from 23 and 28, and now from 29. With Ross James holding.
Delay.
Delay a game.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Psychological. You know, some kickers like this angle a little bit better. See the look right there, 2-1-0. Not close.
Ross James holds. 34-yard attempt for the lead. And Oregon in front, 31-30. 70 seconds left in the game. Camden Lewis has delivered in this seesaw affair yet again. Luke Bassa the snap to Ross James. The operation was perfect.
Clean
and Lewis
battery.
nails the 3-pointer.
Clean battery, great lean. You couldn't kick it more down the middle. And that's a fired up kicker.
Five lead changes in tonight's game. The lead changes hands on a 10-play, 64-yard drive that takes 4:03 off the clock. The 3rd down play by Tony Bradford is of significance, Mark, because it ends up forcing James out of bounds and preserving a timeout.
Huge. See how they handle this kickoff? They have had a couple of dynamic returns in the punt game, and no chance on this kickoff return.
And tonight's power player, Tyler Shough, who leads the Red Raider offense on the field looking for a game-winning drive. Will his legs come into play again with 101 rushing yards?
Absolutely. That's just the type of player he is. They're going to challenge him to do that. I think they're going to have to help out the left tackle here. Monroe Mills with the back. Get the ball out of his hands and mix it.
Great note there about how well Texas Tech fared in one-possession games last year. But there's a chance they can lose another one. But Xavier White, the wide receiver Receiver/running back with the running back skills after the catch. Up the sideline and a first down with 1:02 left in the game.
Great job running through the little leg tackle. Great protection. Shough stands firm, runs through Kyree Jackson, gets some valuable yardage, and wisely gets out of bounds.
17 yards on the pitch and catch. Taj Brooks has gone in motion. Empty set. Time to throw. Quickly. White once again stays in bounds. Open field tackle to keep him in bounds between Jamal Hill and Evan Williams.
Nice shot by that left side, sorting out that pressure to the empty.
Hanging on to the timeout in the hurry-up. 47 seconds left. Second down. Pressure. And it's intercepted. It is intercepted by Jeffrey Bassa. And he's going to return it for a pick six. Pressure by Dorlus. And the interception return by Jeffrey Bassa. What a moment with 35 seconds left in the game. He had 2 interceptions last year, but a mammoth pick.
Yes, Dorlus splits the double team. Center and right guard had him doubled right there. Bassa takes advantage. Unbelievable effort by Brandon Dorlus.
To make it an 8-point game. 35 seconds left, and a defensive touchdown has put Oregon on the precipice of a road victory, a hard-fought road victory.
You see it right there. Both guys are eyeballing the left side. They got to fit that punch together. Looked like the center passed him to air. Dorlus says, I'm going to run through this effort. Great job by Bassa. Alert to it, finishes. And then you flip it again to Tech. It ain't over yet, right? 1-score game. 35 seconds now, just a lot more of a desperate situation. And Tyler Shough, just, again, that's one of those ones, just get the ball out of your hands, play the next play.
And obviously in the heat of the moment, with an opportunity as a defensive player to run it in.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Bassa could have gone down, but that's a big ask in that moment, isn't it?
You're training that guy right there. Pick, get down. 35 seconds, 1 timeout. Anything starting that drive. You're telling your guys, pick, get down, scoops, get down. That, you know, that let's Tech breathe a little more life.
Taking away a lot of the oxygen. Jeffrey Bassa.
Bringing it.
Wow, he is. Bringing it out. The speedster, Dre McCray. And Dre McCray is hit from behind. By the way, they need 2 magical moments.
Yes.
They need to score a touchdown and get a tying 2-point conversion.
Man rush.
And Shough, deep down the middle, too high, incomplete.
Very difficult for him to do that in this situation, down 24. But you see the 3-man rush.
Now look at Big Popo Amavai.
Just over the outstretched hands of Brett.
Motion for Brooks. And markers down. Shough will take off. And he slides. Oh, and a big hit. Another penalty. There is a lot to sort out here with 16 seconds left in the game. The last 10 points for the Ducks.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Holding offense number 71. 10-yard penalty. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced after the holding. Replay, second down.
So the net gain there is a 5-yard gain.
First down.
Yeah, automatic first down.
Automatic first down, yep.
So first the hold.
Yep, see Monroe Mills. Driving them down inside. And that looks to me like just, quote, just personal foul. To play the middle of the field here for Tech. This space and use that timeout.
They do have one. Shough down the middle of the field. Juggled and caught by Nehemiah Martinez.
Tyler Shough, under the circumstances, a better catch. 8 seconds. He got plenty of time for multiple plays, 2 plays. Thought he held on to this a little bit long, but man, great job right here. Eyes up, on the move. That is so good.
Nehemiah Martinez was unavailable last week, but Martinez climbs the ladder. Great concentration.
They were so excited to have him back. He was the Swiss Army knife type guy. It has their safeties on the goal line.
From the 33, down by 8. Deep drop by Shough. Throws it into the West Texas Knights, and it's juggled, and it's intercepted to end the game. Brian Addison.
And that's the end of the ball game.
Oregon wins it 38-30. Play of the game is the 3rd interception of the game for Shough.
Yeah, so they went Hail Mary mode with 8 seconds left. Gave themselves a chance. Could have moved it a little bit further up with 8 seconds left. That's all they had going. A valiant effort by Shough and company. It's another time there. You see one DB try to knock it down. You want to knock that ball down and not give give Texas Tech any chance. And they almost tip it right to Bradley, but a big road win for Oregon.
It is the 4th career interception for Brian Addison. However, the interception of far greater significance is the one that Jeffrey Bassa had earlier that sealed the deal, that made it 38-30.